Good morning, everyone. My name is Steve DeStacy. I'm the Customer Success Manager for LocalGovU. We provide RMSA training online. In today's webinar, we're going to go over how to log in and take your training courses. First, you'll see here, this is the actual login portal page. We have two fields, one for username, one for password. But before we actually log into training, wanted to go over a few things on this portal page. The first is the reset your password. So if you already have an account set up for training, but you forgot your password, go ahead and click on reset your password. And all you'll need to do is enter in your email address. When you enter your email address, you'll be emailed password reset. Also, another feature on the portal page is the course list. If you click on the course list icon here, that will open up a PDF file. And this PDF file will show what is currently being offered for the current year. And if you're curious about the course title, just click on the name, and it'll be hyperlinked to our website, which will give you the basic course summary, the time, 30 minutes, learning objectives, and key topics in bullet point. If you want, you can also preview the courses here, clicking on this icon. And you'll get the first 3 minutes of the course, just to give you a sample of what this class looks like or feels like. Let's go back. Now we're ready to log in. So once you've entered in your username and password, click on the login button. In the login button, you have progress certificates, preferences, and logout. While you see on my screen an admin menu, that's specifically for the primary administrator or administrators on the account, and we're not going to be covering that topic today. However, if you are interested in training for the admin menu, feel free to give us a call. I'll give out that information at the end of the class. But the first is progress and certificates. Let's go ahead and click on that. Now, for this test account, I've gone ahead and taken a few courses and viewed a few details. The first one, let's take a look at, was Basic Jail Security Principles. Now, I did not complete this course. As you can see, my attempts and my passing in score and last attempt, those are all blank. However, you can see that I spent 7 minutes and 3 seconds in this class. Scroll down. Let's go and look at a course I did complete, a Welcoming Customer Culture. On a Welcoming Customer Culture, you can see I've completed this course with one attempt. I passed it with a 100%, and I took this class on February 21st of this year. Once I've completed a course, a little red ribbon will appear next to the title. This red ribbon will be your certificate of completion. If you click on that red ribbon, a new window will open up, and you can view the actual certificate. You can print it in color or black and white. The information here will be your name, the course that was passed, the date it was passed, and there's even a blank line here for the manager's signature. If you so want to, you can have your manager sign off on it. Close that out. If you have been using this training system for a while, let's say hypothetically you've been using it for the past 5 years, you can always check on your records. Now, for this specific progress and certificates, you're only going to see what is current. But if you want to see your previous years, let's say you've been taking training for the last 2 years, go ahead and click on All Certificates. That will narrow down all courses that have been passed in our program. That's even the past years. So all that detail, all those records are being kept on our end, and we'll keep that for you. And you can always gain access by looking at all certificates, and you can see your activity. You can also view their certificates for printout. Let's go to Preferences. Preferences, you can change the specifics of the LMS here. If you have preferred language, we have English and Spanish. I will let you know, though, that only affects the menu option, does not affect the actual course. So if you select Spanish, the courses will still be in English. It will only affect the menu options. You can also change your email address. You can change your username and password. Now, there's some specific information to go over for usernames and passwords if you do change it. Usernames can be anything. We recommend an email address, but if you decide not to use your email for whatever reason, You can use your name or anything like that, as long as it's 6 characters in length. Same with password. The password needs to be at least 6 characters in length and will be case sensitive. You'll notice that the password is blank, so while you fill out something, when you update, it'll go blank again. That's just for security purposes. On the usernames, something else to go over. If you do use a name, let's say your name is John Smith, and you want to use that as your username, there's a very good chance that name has already been taken. So you'll need to randomize that up a little. In that scenario, I would suggest maybe like John Smith, and then the last 4 digits of your employee ID number, or something like that, to kind of make it a little more random than maybe what's already in the system. But if you do make changes here, just make sure you click that Update Preferences. And then log out. That's just when you simply log out of the system. So let's go back to the welcome page. Again, this is where, once you've logged into the system, this is what you're presented with. Click here to see your courses, so we'll go ahead and click on that. And here we see all the courses that are available through the RMSA program. Now, there is quite a bit, which is very convenient. You have quite a diverse selection of courses here. But let's say you're looking at this, and that's just a little too much, a little overwhelming. You just want to concentrate on a certain field. You can always go to the Choose Category. And let's say we're looking for a human resource course. So I just click on that, hit Submit, and the system will filter out everything away except for those human resource courses. What I'm going to do here, let's go ahead and select on this course, Discipline and Termination. So the course will begin here. Now there is audio playing at this time, and it's going to read word for word that's written in the paragraph. And here you just have to click Next Page to proceed to the next page, and you can see where you are in progress. So right now we're on page 1 of 5. Hit Next. Again, it's going to be playing audio alongside with the text here. Continue until we get to the end of the section. And the end of the section, here's a video, so you get to see a video here. Some courses do have video. But when you get to the end of a section, there will be a quiz. Find one here. Here we go. So the end of section quiz will either be multiple choice or true or false. Now, these quizzes are not graded. So if you get an incorrect answer, you can still progress. It's just helping you remember the important point of that previous section. So I'm just going to go and answer 2 here, which was incorrect. So I can always continue selecting until I do get it right. Again, it's not necessary to get it correct to proceed. We can see I moved on to the next section, 1 of 12. And I can keep moving. Now let's go to a class that I've already started, Basic Jail Security Principles. I had, as you remember, in Progress Certificates, I put 7 minutes into that course. But now I want to pick back up where I left off. So I'm going to click on that and say continue where I left off. Now, if I wanted to review the previous section, I could always start from the beginning. One of the nice features about our system is it does bookmark where you left off. If you are in the middle of a course, you need to, let's say, go to a meeting, it's time for lunch, or maybe it's just time to go home, you can always click on Logout. If you click on Logout, as opposed to just closing out the website like you would here, but if you click Logout, it'll actually bookmark where you've left. And here the system realizes that I've logged back in and I want to continue with this course. So I could say start from the beginning. If I do that, the timer on the course will reset to 0. However, if I continue where I left off, it will pick up from that 7 minutes where I left off. Here we are. I'm just going to progress to the end of test here. A little faster for this particular course. It's not as long. But the the exam itself typically would be 10 to 15 questions. The questions will be either multiple choice or true or false. But once you get to the end of the section, you'll see the proceed to test. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And before the test begins, it's just going to tell me how many questions there are going to be and what percentage do I need to get correct in order to get a passing score. So in this case, 12 questions. I need to make at least 80% or get 80% correct. I'm going to start my test. Now the questions will range from 3 to 4 per page. And it just depends on how many questions there are per course. So I'm just going to randomly answer these questions. I'm not really reading them, just so we can press quickly here. So answering, odds are I will fail this test because I have no idea what those questions are. Another point is some people may wonder if the questions are all in the same order for every individual. Actually, the questions will be randomized depending on usage. Now here we go. I got 2 out of 12. So I only got 16.7% correct. This is telling me that I needed that 80, which I didn't get. Now, if I want to review the questions that I answered incorrectly, I can click here. It's going to show me those 10 questions that I missed. Now, it's not going to really show you which questions are the correct, which answers are the correct ones for the questions, except apparently for true and false, there's no other choice there that the answer was false. But in this case, where it's multiple choice, it'll show me which one I answered. It was incorrect, but it will not tell me which one was the correct answer. So I can always go back into the course and review that material. Go and exit out, back to the menu. And as you can see, just click on the title and you're ready to go. Again, my name is Steve DeStacey with Local GovU. If you have any questions in regards to this program, or if you need assistance in getting set up, I recommend you speak to your dedicated account manager. Her name is Anna Walls, and she and I can actually be contacted at 866-845-8887. Again, that's 866-845-8887. Thank you very much for joining us today. Take care. Bye-bye.